Welcome to Rwanda Television News and the news in details. Now, following President Paul Kagame's announcement that Rwanda's report on France's role in genocide against the Tutsi would be made public during the third week of this month of April, genocide survivors and law experts have noted that the efforts of both countries to acknowledge what happened in 1994 and the years leading to the genocide that was perpetrated against the Tutsi will help both in further improving bilateral relations and exposing the truth. Serge Nori has more of this report.
Genocide survivors have gone on record to state that French soldiers operating under Opération Turquoise were actively shielding genocide perpetrators and allowing them to escape to what used to be Zaire. When I arrived at Rusizi, I saw some French soldiers, and the first thing they asked me was whether I am Tutsi or Hutu. I told them that I am Tutsi, and their reply was Tutsi, Nyarushishi, Hutu, Zaire. They then pointed in the direction I was to go towards, because there were those who were going to what used to be Zaire, while we were going to Nyarushishi. They clearly had instructions to send the Tutsi to Nyarushishi and the Hutu to Zaire. The Duclair report indicates that France played a serious role in the genocide against the Tutsi here in Rwanda, as well as in the run-up to the tragedy, but said that the country did not have criminal complicity in the matter. It has also helped to address a few other important points. French documentation indicates that the evidence was in all likelihood ignored by France's leadership at the time, especially President François Mitterrand and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The documents clearly show that there was a plan for genocide, a plan to kill the Tutsi in 1990, 92 and 93. That has nothing to do with tribes turning against each other. It is therefore important to stress that French government archives clearly state that a genocide occurred and that it was perpetrated against the Tutsi. Also, the atrocities that took place have nothing to do with the RPF's offensive because they were committed in government-controlled areas. Genocide survivors also point out that French troops did nothing to help those who were being killed. To me, they acted like observers and did not even try to ensure safe passage for the Tutsi in the surrounding areas of Nyarushishi. For example, my grandmother had been left at Mutimas, hiding at the house of another old lady, a Hutu who had hidden her. My sisters-in-law in the camp of Nyarushishi were too afraid to go back and get her because Interahamwe militia were roaming all around the area and killing people. The French did nothing to help the Tutsi in the camp to get others left behind. All they did was stand around doing nothing. I think they had been just ordered to remain there until further notice, and that's it. They did nothing to save us, or at least help us. Following the issuing of the Duclair report, Rwanda's government welcomed it, saying it was a step in the right direction and announcing that another report would soon be issued by Rwanda on the issue, complementing the Duclair report. Law experts believe both sides are doing the right thing. As lawyers, we see those reports as sources of information that enable us to better go after genocide suspects so that justice can be served and reconciliation can be possible, because without justice, there can be no reconciliation or healing. Rwanda's president has also commented on the issuing of the report and the significance of such evidence coming to light from all relevant sources.
Rwanda will also have a word to say in the near future. In fact, it is maybe around the third week of this month. The findings we have in our hands, based on the work that has been done by people who are commissioned to do that, almost similar or parallel to what was being done in France. The findings go in the same direction. The important thing is to continue working together to document the truth. It's the truth.
The Duclair Commission was formed back in 2019. And Rwanda's report is expected soon, possibly in the coming days, though we have been unable to acquire any official confirmation of this.
The Kigali city administration says that more than 40 billion Rwandan francs is going to be invested in infrastructure activities, in addition to 10 billion Rwandan francs, which was donated by the World Bank in Nyarugenge district, which is known to be overcrowded now. They say in 5 years' time, there will be significant progress, which will be appreciated well by the investors. In some sectors of Nyarugenge district, there are new tarmac roads. These are areas many believed to have had poor roads. Residents in these areas are also making an effort to renovate their houses, while new houses with modern architecture are also being constructed in the area. Some say this has impressively changed the landscape of Nyamirambo. This has brought significant changes and the area looks better and evolved compared to before. This also adds value to the area. Over the course of 4 years, the infrastructure of tarmac roads, construction of water drainage system and entertainment facilities for children and electricity has cost about 10 billion Rwandan francs. The district executive administrator of Nyarugenge, Ngabonziza Emi, says some of the infrastructure that has already been installed is changing the landscape of the area, which is commonly known for its extreme chaos. This project, also known as Agatari project, helped in establishing infrastructure activities. We are currently constructing roads with a 6.6 kilometer, and we've also constructed water drainage systems of 2.5 kilometer, along with pedestrian roads of 6.2 kilometers. And now, as we speak, we are looking for entertainment facilities for children. However, some residents say that during the construction of these new roads, the water that was coming from 3 water drainage systems was directed through a single drainage system, causing the water to penetrate their houses, hence destroying them. As you can see, this drainage system is small, which means all the water from the road flows directly to our houses, and they haven't repaired it. When it rains, all the water flows in our house up to the yard. It's filled with water. Kigali authorities say they are monitoring the situation starting from an area known as Pole 5, as explained by the Director of Housing and Urban Development, Solange Umuhire. It's also part of our project, and we've already begun repairing it. Starting from the lower part going upwards, in a few days, we will have reached the upper area. We are currently looking for sponsors to help us construct them, because we still have many that are yet to be constructed. Some of them we've already begun to construct. As we look for more financial support, we shall be constructing them, depending on the damage caused. There are still many, and our financial capacity is insufficient. Statistics in Kigali show that about 100 water drainage systems, 65 of them require 40 million Rwandan francs to be well constructed. The Kigali city administration says another 40 billion Rwandan francs will also be invested in infrastructure projects in Nyarugenge and Gasabo district. This project will be launched in June 2021 and will last for 5 years. Well, the Rwanda Institute for Conservation Agriculture has asked grain traders dealing in legumes, cereals, cassava, livestock feed to secure testing equipment for aflatoxins by the end of May 2021 or stop selling them because of the risk of harmful toxins. Now, inspections are now underway for traders, grain growers, and importers of legumes, cereals, cassava, animal products, and animal feed, all of which are prone to aflatoxins exposure. Traders, industry owners, and importers of these types of cereals and legumes say they are surprised by the decision and they should all be facilitated to acquire such tasting machines. A notice issued by RICA on April 12th prohibits businesses storing such grains meant for sale if they do not have the proper equipment for the test of aflatoxins. Now moving on to, after 27 years since the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, Uwamahoro Rosine was reunited with her family, living in Munazi Cell in Save sector in Gisagara district. The mother of the 31-year-old, Francine Mukaruzima, says she was being commemorated every year during the mourning period. Francine Mukaruzima says that in 1993, her daughter Rosine had gone to visit her aunt who lived in Kichukiro before the genocide. They had not seen each other since then. She says she used to commemorate her among her children that were killed. They are so happy to meet again. We had prayed for her. Even now, we were planning to commemorate her on the 25th. After not finding her, I lost hope. During the commemoration, I would mention my late husband's name and our 2 children, plus his 3rd child from his other wife. Right now, I feel relieved. I think I'm going to start gaining weight, because before I used not to feel the need to eat. But now I'm happy that I'll be able to share food with my daughter and sleep on the same bed with her. My heart is relieved. While Mahororozin, on the other hand, also used to commemorate her family because she thought they were all dead. She says she lived a very difficult life, but now she has gained strength and hope to live again. I remember we sought refuge at Eto during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. I was with my auntie, and at that time I was so young that I thought I was with my parents up to this moment. But now I remembered that I was with my auntie. I was 3 years old at the time, but the memories which keep coming back have led me to my family. I remember that time. I saw white men living with their cars, and I waved at them, along with other children. I thought they were going to come back, because usually they would leave and come back. Little did I know that that was my last time to see them. Shortly after, I heard gunshots. I saw people running. I didn't understand what was going on. I've been living a very difficult life since then, as I was moving from one foster home to another. In some homes they used to beat me, and in others they tried to rape me, and in other cases they would make me do a lot of hard domestic work. Senash had told me that I will be commemorating my family at Etoki Chukiro, so I used to go there and commemorate. I'm very happy to meet my biological mother. On behalf of the entire news production, thank you for staying with us and have a fruitful week ahead. I'm Jane Motoni. Bye for now.